is a technique that's been proven over time that if you go at someone more popular than you, and that person does respond, that will in turn increase your position.
Or get you killed, or get you blackballed.
Right, one of the two. But sometimes when you got nothing, you're willing to roll the dice.
I don't think you really have nothing. I think whoever out there in America who's a rapper who thinks I have nothing, I'm gonna go all out. Why don't you take your ass to Indonesia or South Africa or Haiti, and you'll see niggas who ain't got nothing. You know what I mean? Oh man, I grew up without my dad. Go to an orphanage, my nigga. Go meet someone who doesn't have a mom or a grandmother. Ungrateful ass niggas. Like, think about all the benefits that motherfuckers had. You put a song up, and even though it's a diss track, that's the way that niggas know you. But if that's all you're famous for, then pretty soon that gets old. We had that era maybe about 7, 8 years ago when niggas was just making diss song after diss. I remember I forget who it was, but someone was like, yo, I'll say fuck you to Biggie and Pac, or whatever, however outrageous you can make it. If there's no punchline to it, then it doesn't translate. If there's some interest in it, if there's something that's being built, if there's some real foundation for your problem, yes, the audience will to some degree accept it. But if all that they get is this nigga's famous and I'm not, and that's the reason I made this song, it's a shot in the water, and that's it. But he had a machine behind him. That's not whatever. That's a machine. Yeah, nigga had Dre when he was still cool with Dre. The whole dude, I've been down to Interscope. That shit is a machine, Vlad. Like a machine. Like I'm saying, the type of shit you see in them Japanese movies where a nigga steps into it and it turns from a plane into like a nigga with guns and shit. That Interscope is a fucking machine, and he was the cash cow. So I hate to disagree with you, but I don't think that's applicable because they were setting things in motion already with a marketing strategy behind it. That's different than just having one song or some outlet. You know, if your whole movement is built around just starting fights, you got to realize that a king doesn't rule on his own. He rules through the alliances that he has. You know, if your real goal is to be successful and be in that #1 slot, you got to have a lot of friends. I'm not saying 50 don't have friends, but look at him versus Jay. Jay got a lot of friends. The friends come out to the show. He bring more people out. I want to be everybody's friend. I want to be friends with the Knicks. Now, mind you, 50 had a great appeal with the, yeah, look, I'm the emperor. You know, fuck this. Anyone who talks to people, you know, who I don't like, I got beef with you.
Pretty much, yeah.
That doesn't make you friends. That doesn't have longevity, you know, but it's good for marketing. It's good for TV. I just think that, you know, when younger artists see that, they don't realize the amount of power that he had at that particular time, and they could be fooled into thinking that that's just as easy to do. No, it's not, because you don't have $100 million machine behind you, you know, willing to back your war.
And I remember this time when Poor Righteous Teachers was out, and Harris, Brave the Grip of Shame. This is shit that was being played on the radio. And now, I don't remember the last time you had a political group
that had a hit,
even a
like
political
a hit
song that had a hit record that was on the radio. It's really been, it got to be at least 15 years, at least.
It's definitely been a long time. I think, you know, Dead Prez came in with the hip hop. That was good.
Right. That was one political record.
Right.
That
was about that was 11 years ago. 2001, something like that.
11 years ago, over a decade.
Wow. The thing about when you consider radio play as the barometer for what's acceptable in society, I think that, look, the radio is really based on who invests in it, who takes time to say, all right, I'm gonna put this music out. And if labels and if companies are under the impression or they want to create the impression that that music is not viable, they totally can. They have the power to do it. What I have the power to do is to say, listen, as an independent, I've managed to sell 250,000 records. As an independent, I've managed to start all these, or help out all these humanitarian causes. As an independent, I've managed to put out a new documentary movie with me, Chuck D, Ice-T, Cornel West, Woody Harrelson, and I didn't need you people to do it. So it's not such the question of what's on the radio, but also what's on the internet now,
Okay.
what's everywhere else, what popularizes it.
But even going back to that, if you look at the groups that are really huge virally,
Right.
Odd Future, Lil B, Mac Miller, why is it that you don't have a certain degree of just focus on the real political type hip hop out there? You know, and you've done
It's a good question.
well, but I don't think you could say, well, I'm as big as Public Enemy to hate.
No.
You know what I mean?
I think Public Enemy managed to open the conversation to many more people, and given the limited resources that I've had, I've managed to open that conversation to just as many people. I think that what I'm doing is not just for me, but also setting up the ability for other people to come by. And if you notice, one of the biggest things that I push, Vlad, is not so much the lyrics and the revolutionary. Yes, people know I'm revolutionary, but the thing that I've been pushing for my entire career has been independence. And if I can say that I affected any change, probably a lot of these young motherfuckers out here said, hey man, that nigga's getting his own paper. Or this guy has a distribution deal as opposed to being signed to here and independent. If I can take anything from what he learned, and you don't have to credit me, I don't want the credit, because a lot of people did it before me. I just did it out there a lot more in front, was able to work my way into things that most independents aren't, starred in all these big festivals, was able to tour the world, did everything with my extra money to provide a home and then supply the rest of my family. But if you can take that to the next level as an independent artist, then God bless you. You know what I mean? Pass that knowledge down to the next generation. Those people that make fun of all the niggas that's 19 and 20 and 21 right now, calling everybody else old. Oh, the niggas is old. In 10, 15 years, they're gonna be like, nigga, fuck that music. Fuck that. It's just old nigga shit, man.